Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another segment of Diana News. I'm your host Candypat, and today I will be talking about all the Diana changes made on the alpha server today. Quickly before going into this, if you are ever checking out in the Hypixel store, please make sure to use code CANDY for 5% off your order. I will quickly mention there's one big change that I'm not going to go in depth on, but there is now a updated crisis that now includes Kucher Chest, so that is pretty cool. Today's update doesn't fully talk about everything that should have been changed that I mentioned in my video last time, but I will go ahead and talk about everything new in my opinion on it, or at least most stuff. One of the biggest changes is they finally changed the crown of Avarice. The main change that happened was they reduced it from 0.1x to 0.015x per digit of damage increase, and on top of that, the damage bonus is now multiplicative. Not to mention, the damage bonus is no longer restricted to mythological mobs, though the magic fine is still capped to mythological mobs only. On top of that, coins are also consumed by both mythological mobs and from the burrows, meaning that if you are lucky enough to have a 4-eyed fish on your griffin pet, every burrow that you dig up will give you 10,000 coins towards your helmet, which is actually insane. There is a new Reforge that for some reason isn't in Centauri, that for some reason only goes on mythological spades, but makes sense as it just gives speed as well as +2 griffin burrows per chain. Though this +2 doesn't mean that we finally are able to go up to 12 burrows per chain, as they ended up removing the +2 given by the Mythos equipment, meaning the Mythos equipment is fully useless. Just like its predecessor, the Challenger armor that I was horribly shit-talking in the other video. They changed one perk on the Griffin pet, giving you 15% more strength when you're above 85% health. This is honestly pretty good as we were struggling a lot with damage, and this helps out a little bit. They went ahead and added a new fish called Myth the Fish, which, I guess that's cool. It's a 1 in 10,000 from any treasure from a griffin burrow, and I mean, yeah. Another big change in my opinion is they changed the way that the mythological dice drop. Rather than being a 1 in 1 million from digging up a burrow, it now has a range of different drop chances from all the different mythological mobs. Thank God. There are two smaller changes that I want to quickly go over before I end off this short. The first one being that they removed a lot of pet luck from the game and turned it into tracking. The following sources being from the Diana Mayor, from Beacon, and finally the Diana bookshelf. If I were to bet, I would imagine they're probably going to remove pet luck from the game eventually, and this is just one way to phase it out, though I could be totally wrong. And the final thing I want to cover, and thankfully they actually noticed this, is that they've lowered a lot of the requirements needed to upgrade stuff using mytho fragments. They didn't increase the drop rate at all, and that's honestly another part of the problem, though thankfully they did change it just slightly to where it's less annoying. Overall, there is a lot more changes needed to be done in this update. They didn't actually touch on any of the mob related changes, and there's still a lot of things that aren't mob related that they haven't touched yet. There's also a lot of bug fixes that I'm hoping to see, such as the Grandma Wolf combo stacking and also the velocity change. Even though it helps us, I really wish they would just leave the game. But yeah, I've been your host Candypat, and thank you for tuning in to Diana News.